We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. And off we go from Denver. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go. Let's do it. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Airing one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lock. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Lock going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly.
Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Locke. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Here we go, D, get off the field. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow looking to pass. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And the Broncos are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Here's Locke to throw. The quick slant caught. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Williams into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Williams again. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Check back. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Locke going to throw. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Drew Locke with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A tackle made there by Caden Stearns.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 7, Burrow eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do. But
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Flushed out right.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Locke now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Locke going to get this into the hands of Gordon.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Right there, 55. Check. Set it.
Here's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. KJ Hamler.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. But when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Clock now to throw. He completes this to Sutton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On third down, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw it is Locke. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Flushed out right. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. K.J. Hamler returning it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Switch up, switch up. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. Watch the pass.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let's do what you got. What you got, Heavy?
From the gun on third down, Locke. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Now Gordon on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
On second down, Gordon once more.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
57. Mike, 57. Rip right. 57.
Shotgun snap to Locke. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
55 Mike, 55. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike, 55.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
55, Mike, 55. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Check it out, read.
Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 4, coming. Mike 4, Mike 4. Let's go, tight end.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gordon. Breaks through the contact. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
57 Mike, 57.
Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Burrow on play action. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. He's got a man, complete. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the jets, and took it all the way.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing now is Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd down and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Lock to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now Locke. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
The kick by McManus is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Burrow. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
throwing. Burrow.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Burrow.
And, my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze